So her whole conversation was sounding really religious. So I was just like, when I gave her my testimony, she, but she made sure she was letting you know that she was on her way to church, on her way to the bishop's, because the bishop was coming and somebody else was coming, and she kept making sure that you knew that she was on her way to church. So, and she was talking that man's head off where I heard all of that conversation coming from. So I began to attempt to give her a piece of my testimony. When I tell you, every time I opened my mouth good, she said, like, I couldn't even get two words out. She was saying, yeah, oh yeah, oh, okay, like I ain't interested really in what you saying. I was like, whoa. When she did it the fourth time, I cut my conversation off. I said, I get it, Lord, I get it. I said, this one of your babies. I call them church folk. I call them one church folk, because my whole thought process was, ooh, Lord, what if somebody really came and needed to minister something to her? Part of being a servant is being able to listen as well. She was talking and yapping that mouth off, but she could not even begin to listen. Howsoever, she did go ahead on and ask that man if he wanted that ticket. My heart just, I turned around to him. I said, ooh. I said, God knew I wanted you to have it. God knew. I said it about three times. He just smiled. He said it really would have been nice if I could have got it, because he was up there struggling. I ain't even see all that. He was like, I was up there struggling with them crumpled dollars. He said, but they went in. I said, oh, I said, that's what I said, and I told him, because by this time the woman had gotten off. He thanked the woman and everything, but by this time she had gotten off. I said, I sat back here and I wanted to say to you, and I told him everything that I just said. Wanted to ask you, did you need it? Wanted to ask her, could she give it to you? I said, but I felt like it was none of my business. He said, well, God worked it out just like it was supposed to work out. He said, he said, you don't even understand how much I really appreciate the fact that that was your thought process, though. And when I tell you, I sat there and I had a fellowship with those of light faith. I sat and I supped like my Jesus does. That's what I did. I had a church folk experience, because the experience with that woman was church folk behavior. And then I had a fellowship with those of like faith.